Jones Pest Control, your hometown pest control company servicing residential and commercial properties in Warren and surrounding areas since 2015. Sean and his crew will work tirelessly to keep your home or business free of insects to rodents and everything in between. Contact Jones Pest Control at 814-230-9548 and set up an appointment today. And remember, ants, spiders, bees, or mice, don't think twice. Call Jones Pest Control, 814-230-9548.
Checkout means sales and services with 2 locations on Warren's east side. Their garage at 800 Lexington Avenue not only services cars sold by Means, but has knowledgeable staff and modern state-of-the-art equipment waiting to serve their hometown of Warren. Whatever you need, including alignments, tires, brakes, yearly or enhanced PA inspections, oil changes, and much more. Make your appointment today at 814-723-7191, extension 2.
It's now time for the things that sting. The worst stories in sports, according to Joe.
All right, everybody, we're back. We restarted the feed. Something was going on with it, cutting in and out. A couple people had reached out and said that. Hunter and Kylie, thank you both for letting us know. So we just decided to reboot it. We're going to do the second half of the show on this feed, and hopefully everything goes well. If there's issues again, please comment or let us know somehow. This edition of the Things That Sting is powered by Jones Pest Control. Ants, spiders, bees, or mice, don't think twice. Call Jones Pest Control at 814-230-9548. That's 814-230-9548. So Things That Sting this week, no old business. I checked several follow-ups. Barkevius Mingo, that story's like gone completely dark, so I'm curious. You remember that one?
Yeah, I do.
Child sexual assault. That has there's been nothing new since we talked about that on whatever episode that was, however long ago. So what I do have though is a change of pace for this Things That Sting. These are all bad stories, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a good one in here.
Okay.
Jags defensive lineman Dewan Smoot. Did you hear about this?
Nope.
Plays a game in London, has 2 tackles, hops on a plane, across the pond, back home, pregnant wife, very pregnant wife. They get ready to head out to the hospital. It's time to go. Well, at the door, she drops to her knees, and it's happening now.
Okay.
There is no getting to the hospital, not enough time. So he does the smart thing, calls 911. They patch him through to paramedics. Paramedics, over the phone, explain to him how to untie the umbilical cord, and he delivered his own baby daughter, Alani Moon Smoot.
That's impressive.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's a good story. Not usual for the Things That Sting. Well, I got a couple comments I want to make sure. Sketty broke the internet, and Brian Sager says, "Woo, that means he can hear us." I think.
All right.
So, and Tori, I'll throw that up there for everybody to see. Probably correct. It's his face and that mustache. It's definitely the mustache. So, yeah. So this guy, and my favorite part about the entire thing is that the Jaguars tweet a graphic. You know how they do those graphics and it's like says the guy's number and then it has like what they did in the game underneath it?
Yep.
So it says number 91, Smoot, and it says like big game for Smoot or big weekend for Smoot, and in the graphics underneath it has a first win, and then it has like a dude like with a baby, and it says one baby delivered. So it was like pretty funny. They got some humor out of it.
That.
But no, it was that's a cool story. Not usual for the Things That Sting. It's a pretty dark segment. It's about a bunch of shit, people doing shitty things. But I just wanted to throw that in there, switch it up a little bit, throw you a little curveball.
Yeah, that's good.
Curveball right off the bat. Now to the shitty stories. DeMonte Kazee, Cowboys starting safety, arrested for DUI early Tuesday morning because he was pulled over around 3 a.m. in the Colony, Texas, not far from the Cowboys practice facility. Officer observed signs of impairment and had an admission of drinking from Kazee. He then did standard field sobriety testing, showed several clues of impairment. The BAC was not reported, but he was booked for the DUI. So this comes hours after McCarthy preached to his team, good behavior on the bye week, no distractions. We got a good thing going here.
Oops.
5-1.
He only had 2 beers.
Because he blew it. Yeah, he
only had 2 beers.
I bet that's what he said. I'd put money on it. That's what they say.
That's no good.
So, yeah, Kazee. I forgot to change the graphic. I still had Dewan Smoot, OBGYN as the graphic. So, whoops. So we're going to move on to the next thing. Sean Taylor's retired number. So this story sounds like it should have been a good story, except for it's covered in speculation from everybody around the league. The investigation into workplace misconduct going on in Washington, that's what outed Gruden, the emails that were discovered during that investigation. So middle of the week, and I mean, this is literally Thursday morning when Kylie and I recorded episode 30, when we were live for episode 30, that notification came on to both of our phones while we were like on a break. Yeah. It just wasn't anywhere we could fit it in to talk about it then. Plus, I mean, at the time it was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
But then I didn't realize all the other stuff that was going to come around with it, with them saying, well, thanks for letting us know on Thursday, the game's Sunday. This is a big deal. Right. People need to know this shit. So a lot of people think this is Dan Snyder's move to throw the scent off the trail of shitbagness that's happening in that organization.
I mean, it seems like very par for the course for that organization. I could see that being the motivation behind it, because Sean Taylor's number should have been retired
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right. So it just seemed like an opportunity for Snyder to, hey, look at us doing something good, and fans are happy. And so did you see what happened on the number?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we're going to get to next. The Mahomes family intervention.
No, someone needs to just...
I mean, not that he will ever hear this, but if I could tell Patrick Mahomes one thing, I would say Thanksgiving is a month away. You need to have a serious roundtable with your family.
Absolutely. Well, I can't say his girlfriend and
his girlfriend is constantly bitching about things on Twitter all the time. I mean, and we talked about this last week, the Bills Monday night game against the Chiefs. She's saying the refs are never on our side. They flagged the Bills 10 times.
Oh, yeah.
And the Chiefs 7.
Yeah, I think I said to you, it made no sense. They were, the Bills were getting hammered with flags.
Right.
Like, what's she watching?
I don't know what she's watching. But, and then the brother, Jackson, who is he's what?
I know.
TikTok famous.
If that's, he dances.
This is where I show my age.
Yeah, he
because I don't understand how any of this is like.
I think he's only famous because it's like
his name.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's Mahomes,
Jackson
and
Mahomes.
he has his little account and
he dances.
Yeah, well, I don't think he dances well even, but yeah, he does. He attempts to dance.
So people pay money to him.
I think no, TikTok's free.
Right, but how does he get paid then?
It's kind of like YouTube or anything else. If you get so many viewers,
then you get ads.
I don't think it's ads so much, but I think TikTok pays for every million views you get, probably because they can tie ads into it someplace.
Somehow.
Yeah,
So his brother, first, if we go back to week 2 when the Ravens played the Chiefs, and he's on camera throwing a cup of something, I don't know if it was booze, water, whatever it was, onto a Ravens fan who is down below him. And then he chucks the water at the guy and then turns around and beelines back into his suite. So you have that. And then now the video emerges of him doing a TikTok dance on Sean Taylor's retired number 21 that was painted on the field and roped off.
Yeah.
It was roped off.
I mean, it'd be one thing if he was just a retired player, but, the guy died too.
Yeah.
That's extra level of disrespect.
And, it's just the whole thing didn't. I mean, I get, like, he apologized and he's trying to do the right thing by it, but he's like, oh, they told us to stand over there. And the girlfriend's right next to him.
Yeah.
And she's standing on it, and everybody's just mingling on this thing. Well, then now this past weekend, same game as while Jackson's doing some TikTok dances on number 21, his mom, Mahomes' mom's complaining that the interception off of Tyreek Hill's fingers should not count against Patrick Mahomes. Okay, ma'am. We all have felt that way about tipped interceptions off a receiver's hands since the dawn of time.
Well, I think Kylie even brought it up maybe in our group chat or on the podcast before, where they should be able to figure out kind of like an earned run almost. Was this interception quarterback's fault?
Like an ERA?
Yeah, so he said you'd
like
think
that.
they'd be able to do that.
I don't think I've had him tell me about that.
He's brought that up before. But yeah,
I'm into it.
The whole family, she complained about what they called him Pat before, and his name's Patrick.
Yeah, they just all need to calm the fuck down is what they need to do. Like, he has to be one of the most embarrassed millionaires on the planet because his family just does not shut up.
Filthy rich. He's super good. And he seems like he's a very chill, okay guy. I mean, other than his weird voice, but I'm not going to pick on weird voice. Right. I'm not going to pick on anyone for a weird voice.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, it makes him unique.
Yeah. You know, I just feel bad for him. He just needs to get away from all of them. Tell them, chill. Revoke their game passes. They're done. Watch at home.
Tori's chiming in. He says mom's last complaint is hilarious. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
He also going back said 100% Snyder is a pile of shit. Yes. Correct. So all accurate. And we're gonna move on to this is the good one. This is what we kind of talked about in the college section. The NCAA reactions. Spencer Rattler. So he has now. I read an article, really, really good article, about how Spencer Rattler is now basically the first NIL case study for superstar powered college player who tanks and is now benched. So he's like the highest paid bench player of all time. But so here's basically what the study says. It's what happens when one of the best paid QBs in college football gets benched in favor of freshman Caleb Williams, who has looked really good. I mean, their offense looks way better than they did with Rattler back there. And in fact, you know, he was brought in when they were down 18 to Texas in the second quarter, and Williams brings them back to a 55-48 win, all sorts of praise all over the place. His Instagram, this was also included in here because this is shit people pay attention to now.
Yep.
His Instagram followers went up 40% of whatever he had previously after that game. You know, he leads the comeback. And, of course, he started this past week. So Open Doors, which is a tech-based social media giant, that's who's interviewed during this. They're the ones who pay attention to this stuff. Projects Rattler's social media alone earned him $800,000 since the NIL was started. That is not all, though. Fowler Automotive Group also gifted him a 2021 Dodge Ram 1500 and a Dodge Charger, which the value of both of them combined is around $110,000. And he has a big endorsement deal with Raising Cane's, which is a fast food chicken restaurant. So now they're looking into basically what's the return that we're going to receive on this NIL because of his poor play and being benched. Now, you know, the chicken company might say, whoa, we want Oklahoma's starting quarterback. The car thing, people are now looking at that. Like, now that news is out there that he received 2 free vehicles, brand new, right?
Yep.
Now you have, you know, Lincoln Riley can use this as a pitch when he's recruiting the next great Oklahoma quarterback. So it's very interesting to see how this plays out if they keep monitoring the finances of it all, and how, I mean, of course, Spencer Rattler's laughing all the way to the bank anyways. He doesn't care.
Well, hopefully he's being smart with that money.
Well, and he's looking at, well, who knows about that too. I mean, but they are, well, here's the thing. They're all, I shouldn't say that that's going to help them. I was about to say they are all monitored by agents who actually oversee NFL players, but we all know how pro athletes spend their money. Agents, they don't care what agents have to say about their spending. They just care about what they can bring them on payday.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking Rattler was supposed to be like one of the top quarterbacks taken in this draft, too.
Correct. So
this might be, you know.
So the transfer portal is what everybody's looking to see if he had somewhere else for another season. If I'm assuming he has eligibility left because that's what they were saying.
So. Yeah, I mean, he's got to do something, though. I mean, you know, right now you're not going if you can't start for your college team, how are you going as well? I shouldn't say if you can't start, but if you're going to get benched for your college team, how much money are you going to make in the NFL? You got to be smart with it.
Right. And that, yeah, exactly. Especially in a situation like this where you're starting, you're making all the money, then you get benched. So now you have not only your NIL, endorsements and stuff looking at you like, okay, well, the money's going to stop pouring in now, but now you have NFL scouts, which is even worse.
Yep.
I mean, these college kids survived before NIL.
Yeah, exactly.
And, a couple comments. Hunter Geckel says Rattler got too comfy and too cocky. He played like he would never lose and no one would ever take his spot. Torrey responded actually to Hunter, says, dude was afraid to throw a ball downfield. Outside of Hurts, all the QBs playing for Riley excelled stretching the field. That's accurate. True. If you go back with even our boy Baker, who is not playing tonight. So,
yeah, all right. That's a good point. I was going to say, I wonder how much of the hunger you lose for the game when you're getting paid. A lot of kids in college say, I'm playing, I'm trying my hardest so I can get to, I want to get my mom that house.
But now if they're getting the money now.
If you get the money now, where's your desire? So that could be an issue.
All right. That wraps up the things that sting. This edition of the Things That Sting is powered by Jones Pest Control. Ants, spiders, bees, or mice, don't think twice. Call Jones Pest Control at 814-230-9548. That's 814-230-9548. We're going to take a couple-minute break. We'll be back with My Hive. My Hive is topics chose by you. So if you're watching right now, get ready to comment if you have some stuff you want to hear us discuss or something you want to add to anything. This next segment is going to be all about you. So we're going to take a break. Couple minutes. We'll be right back. Icy Ink in Warren is a great place for personalized gift ideas. They offer custom screen printing, embroidery, and specialize in youth fundraisers. Online stores are available. Check them out on Facebook or at icyink.com. That's ICYYinc.com. No setup fee for youth sports or organizations. Located on Penn Avenue East in Warren, the Blue Building by the Glade Bridge. Or call 814-688-0034. That's 814-688-0034.
Hi, this is Ryan Klein, the host of the new pop culture podcast, Me, Myself, and Rye. You can find me on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and several other platforms. Special guests, breakaway shows, bonus episodes, cold beers, and a whole lot more. So what are you guys and gals waiting for? Subscribe now to the Me, Myself, and Rye podcast on Spotify or wherever it is that you get your shows and start listening today.
My Hive, Joe's very own world of sports.
Let's see. Sorry. Okay, we're back. The pitcher Pelly just kills me. It's hilarious every time. This week's My Hive segment is brought to you by Icy Ink. From screen printing and embroidery to youth fundraisers and online stores, visit icyink.com. That's ICYY Inc.com or call 814-688-0034. All right, so we're doing the mailbag, right? That's what we got.
Yep.
So we're going to go through, like I said, and if you're listening live right now, you can chime in the comments anything you want to hear us talk about. We're opening the floor to you. So we're just going to go down the list of who commented on the Facebook page earlier. It starts off with Derek Regal just putting the snake emoji.
I actually had a note for this.
Oh, what was
for
the
the
note?
snakes? Well, this isn't directly snakes related, but here, usually your best competition, Wolf Run, got their quarterback back.
They did.
They were in, which I like them more because they eat at Peppermill on Sunday morning before they go down and win. And
so that's why you're not a Snakes fan.
Not a Snakes fan anymore, you know.
You're a Wolf Run fan.
But no, they say quarterback's back, squad's coming together. Watch out.
Well, Copley's back. Yeah, I mean, they're a good team.
I think when I talked to you last time,
it's typically us and them.
Yep, you said quarterback play was the issue.
That Jones team from James, I think they're mostly Jamestown guys. They're pretty good.
They look like they're. Yeah, I was going to say it looked like their record and the points they seem.
Billy Lawson plays better quarterback than I would have initially thought,
really?
But he's just a good athlete, especially for his age.
Right.
I hope that when I'm getting there.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to catch him. Right. But I hope that eventually I can still move around like that, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking. But yeah, I don't know. We expect to be in the championship.
Well, I would assume you guys have been there last few
years. We have
years,
2 weeks, 2 weeks of regular season left, and then 3 weeks of playoffs.
I just hope the weather stays nice for you guys.
QB2 is Regal.
Oh boy.
I'll tell you what. He threw a nice game. I can't remember who we played. Maybe we played Leader Cola, but he no, they're not bad. I mean, he threw some dimes.
Okay.
Kudos Regal.
Okay.
QB2. Coos says if you think Dunham's, he wants to know if we think Dunham's carries Don's jock strap size.
I actually wrote a note for that.
No,
said no chance.
No. What's the garbage bag company?
Hefty.
Yeah, we'd have to check there for sure. That might be a more reasonable destination if Don's looking for a jock strap. He also said if he wants to know if we think Watson will be moved and your best fit for him. I mean, I don't know if it's just the rumors that have me leaning Miami. I think would be the best fit for him if they've just moved my brain that way. I haven't really pictured him anywhere else. Maybe the Eagles, but I don't think Hurts is terrible. I think
Hurts has been pretty.
You got to keep working. Yeah, it's just too early to give up on him. Of course, I still think it's kind of too early to give up on Tua, despite all the shit talking I've done on the guy. He had a nice game against Jacksonville.
Yeah, I agree.
And he can't do everything by himself. So I don't know.
I still think
the best fit for Watson is probably jail. If he's going to sexually assault 22 women or whatever he's going to do. But I don't think he
play
belongs anywhere in the NFL.
He can play for the Mean Machine.
Yeah, he can compete with Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
for the starting.
I can't think of his name.
I can't either. That's gonna kill me.
Bug me.
Anybody listening knows the name of Adam Sandler's character in Mean Machine? Please put it in the comments. So we're gonna move on. Hunter Geckel, what trades would you like to see with the NFL deadline coming up in a couple weeks? So I haven't looked at too many of the potentials or who's on the block. I saw the link to something for that today, and I meant to click it, and I did not.
Same.
The only one I've really heard about was Watson.
Yeah.
So is there any that you can think of?
Marlon Mack, they're thinking is.
Marlon Mack will probably be on the move. He requested that.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the Niners are involved today. I saw 4 teams: the Niners, the Panthers. Little fan rant matchup there. But,
yeah.
I think the Saints and the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are interested. Because Hilaire got bent.
He hasn't been super great.
Hilaire got bent in half.
Yeah. The other, I did see one guy write that the Niners should trade Jimmy G to the Browns for OBJ straight up, and I was just like, how does this guy still have a job? Fire
it's
him
amazing.
immediately. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
There's a lot of stupid. I mean, we probably say some stuff.
Yeah, but
where people are like,
I wouldn't write a whole article about it. It's like a quick. I said it. I forgot.
I said it.
He wrote a
whole. I owned article. It. Yeah, he wrote a whole article. Terrible. So he really put some thought into that.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking, but that's the only ones I can really think of.
Paul Crew, Adam Minio, thank you.
Paul Crew.
Yep. So that's who Deshaun can compete with.
Yes.
And still, Paul Crew, still better human. He only stole a car, right?
Well, that was kind of at the end, I think.
No, that's what got him in prison.
Stealing the car, yeah.
Right.
He got kicked out of the NFL for fixing the game.
He was a shitbag too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a shitbag.
Yeah. That's a tough call.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
How many victims are there in his case, though? That's what I would... Hunter Geckel says, rumor mill Pats trade for Allen Robinson from Chicago. Why, though?
They could use a receiver.
Well, they could, but I don't see how that...
It's not going to help them this year.
Right. What are they trying to achieve?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Mac Jones has been pretty solid for what it is. They've been in some games that they just came down on the wrong side of.
Yeah, I just I don't. I'm not on that one.
I wouldn't like it.
Anybody else have anything for the rumor mill that they can add in here? That'd be good because I just have not looked at it. Marlon Mack, I did see. Yeah, you mentioned that, but there was really nobody else.
Well, Gilmore already.
I mean, is OBJ? I don't think he's a trade piece.
Well, we
talked
of yet, about
right?
this. Yeah, the three of us talked about it with Kylie, and I just don't know what you're going to trade him for.
Yeah, well, who's going to take on the contract?
You take on the contract.
Right.
It hasn't been especially good, so I just don't see it.
All right, so we'll head on to the next one. If anybody else has anything else, go ahead, chime in. Hi, Steve. Steve says, hi, go Browns.
Cleveland.
I know. I hope, for the Browns people, they do what they need to do tonight. But
Denver's going to win tonight. I can just feel it.
All right.
Yep, I can feel it.
Honorati's got Denver winning tonight. So we have Andy McIntosh says, are the Cleveland Browns still contenders? So this is good timing for Steve chiming in. Are the Cleveland Browns still contenders if Baker Mayfield is out for an extended period? His opinion is no, they can't survive without him.
I think that's the wrong opinion, personally. I don't think Baker's that great. Keenum showed he can play at a high level in this league. Was it the Vikings year? He had the pretty good year. And the Browns aren't built like that. They're going to run the football. As long as their tackles get healthy, Chubb and Hunt come around to get healthy, I think the Browns can definitely still stay in it.
This is where the extra game really gets interesting, because you have now a 17-game schedule, which it only seems like one more week, but that's another week of, of course it could be another week of players getting hurt.
Yep.
But it could be another week where you have a healthy week, you get a win, move, and depending on who you're up against, if they added that 17th game and it's a rough game that they added, that sucks. In Buffalo's case, it was Washington. So add them every year.
I think the Niners got the Bengals as the extra game, which I thought was good,
right.
And it's not.
Yeah. 2 months ago, you're like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Now, holy shit. So anyways, back to the Browns, though. That's where it comes. They aren't a lost cause by no means. The problem I've seen really is that I think Baker's been very underwhelming so far this season.
Hasn't been very
he just
good.
hasn't been great where you want him to be, and yeah, I mean, you have to compare him to Allen.
Yep.
You have to compare him to where Darnold is. I'd say he's ahead of Darnold, but Darnold's starting to look better.
Yep.
And Lamar, of course, because that draft class is pretty wild. Like those are guys who are going to be around a while.
Yep.
So I just don't think it's way too early to write them off. It's early in the season yet. We haven't even reached the halfway point. Obviously, everybody knows the wins are always important, but they get even more important the further down the road you get.
Exactly.
And, get some help from other teams, however it may be. I mean, in 2017, the Bills were gross 9-7, but backed into the playoffs. And it was like my biggest celebration of my life because I've been waiting since I was an adult for that to happen. But the Browns, the Browns have experience. They were there last year. I think they get in this year.
I still think that
that division got a little tougher, more so than we thought, because the Bengals are low key good.
Yep.
Like they're flying under the radar as a good football team. They just keep putting wins together. Nobody's paying attention.
Yep.
But here, who do they play this week? They got the Ravens, right? What's it say up there?
I see that far.
Yeah, it's the Ravens.
Yep.
So this is a big week. Like that's a big game that nobody's really saying too much about. But no, the Browns have time for sure. I just think Baker needs to start playing better.
Well, I think he's saying without Baker. So if
Andy was saying without Baker.
Keenum,
without Baker, I
think Keenum can do it. They just have to get healthy everywhere else.
The thing is the reason he could is because they're not reliant on Baker throwing 40 times a game. They're a run first team. They commit to it and they stick with it. They don't abandon it often.
Exactly.
I mean, every team has their games where it's like, why'd they quit doing that? But no, I don't. Keenum can do enough, and getting Landry back and the offensive line. The offensive line is important, but Landry is a good piece too. And so I think that they could be okay without Baker, only because he has not wowed me at all.
That's how I feel. The drop off's not
right. Kimmy Burkholder says, will the Chiefs get it together, or are they already out of contention this season? They will get it together.
Yeah,
100%.
Out of contention is a drastic over-exaggeration.
Well, I think she's just posing it in the question as to like where are they at.
Well, I
think she's just like showing the two extremes. But I think that the Chiefs will definitely get it together.
I agree. The defense
they get too much talent.
Yeah, exactly.
Too much talent. Fantastic coach.
Their 3 losses are against 3 pretty good teams.
Yep.
Again, Clyde Edwards-Helaire doesn't fumble. They beat the Ravens.
Right.
I really think that we're just so used to seeing the Chiefs beat up on everyone that everyone's kind of hitting the panic button on them right now. They're still a good football team.
Yeah.
And they're going to get better.
Yeah. The defense has been bad, but that's another thing that, you see that how often in an NFL season where a team's defense is shit. And then, as the season progresses, they start improving, looking better. Look at Seahawks last year. Is a really good example. Bucks too,
Bucks, yep.
Seahawks though were their defense was terrible last year, and then they make a trade for Dunlap, and all of a sudden it seemed like he was the reason, but it wasn't. It was just the timing of everything put together, and he, obviously Dunlap's good, so he added to it. But that defense turned it around big time towards the end of the year.
When they get healthy, they're gonna, they'll be right there.
And same with the Bucks, like you said. I mean, their defense is essentially what got them that Super Bowl because slowing down Mahomes. Talking about doing that last year, of course, this year it looks like it's a little bit easier. But saying doing that last year or the year before that, that's a tough task.
When they're missing both the tackles and you can get after them, it makes it tough.
So last thing we got here, Scott Stewart. Will the Detroit Lions win a game this year? Well, I'll tell you what, Scott. I'm going to pull up their schedule.
I think absolutely.
The answer is yes.
Without looking at
they're going to win a game for sure. But I just want to see if we can pick who it'll be against because it's not this week.
Not this week. No.
Not this week.
I could easily see it. You got the Vikings and the Bears. I don't think either of those teams are really world beaters.
So they got the Eagles after the Rams. They have the Eagles. Which it could be, but I doubt it. Then they got a bye week. They're going to be nice and fresh to take on Pittsburgh. That would be a terrible thing if their first win came against Pittsburgh, wouldn't it?
Win. That would be awful. It'd break my heart.
But then they got the Browns after that.
That could also be a win the way they're going.
Then the Bears, Vikings, Broncos, Cardinals, Falcons are on there.
Broncos, Falcons,
Seahawks, Packers. They do have a relatively tough schedule.
I'm guessing Russ will be back by then.
But yeah, I'm going at least one. Yeah, I'm saying
there's a lot of fight in that team. I think
there is. And they've been close so many damn times.
Yeah, they'll get at least one.
Yeah, it's just, Campbell just called out Goff too. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
yep.
Maybe, that'll be where it all starts for them. I doubt it, but you never know. I got to grab another sheet of paper here. So we're wrapping up. Sorry about the 2 different live feeds. Again, that was weather related, I guess, or something. I don't know.
So we need a tech guy.
We need a tech guy. We're going to have a full squad before too long. But we need a tech guy. If anybody's a tech guy out there. All right, this week's My Hive segment is brought to you by Icy Ink. From screen printing to embroidery and youth fundraisers and online stores, visit icyink.com. That's ICYYink.com, or call 814-688-0034. Real quick, I want to thank the sponsors: Swing Juice, Napoli's Pizza, YourDailyLocal.com, Mean Sales and Service, Jones Pest Control, Icy Ink, and the Me, Myself, and Ride podcast. So thank you, Honorati, for filling in.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we're probably you're kind of like I'm
the alternate
sub. You are the alternate. Yeah, yeah, you're the alternate.
I'm QB two or three. I don't know how you want to.
Yeah, I don't know how that would go.
Well, it's kind of like maybe I'm
because Kylie and I would be 2 QB1s.
Is it 2 QB1s or quarterback, running back, quarterback, wide receiver?
I would say I'm QB1. He's WR1.
Either way, I'm down the depth chart.
You are down on the depth chart, but you're on it.
I'm on.
But you're on the depth chart.
I'm still on the team.
That's right.
Cut yet?
You're on the team. So thank you again, Mike. Do you want to give a Peppermill shout out, or do you have an ad in mind?
No, I have no ad in mind. None at all. Go eat a Peppermill.
Chocolate milk's really expensive.
Chocolate milk is expensive, but you got to make up for how cheap the eggs are somewhere.
All right. So again, the audio will be available. I'll have it all uploaded here probably within the hour, wherever you listen. The 2-piece video segment will be a 1-piece audio segment if you listen on Spotify. Like I said, Amazon, Apple, wherever you listen, iHeartRadio, all of them. It'll be 1 piece on there. Also, I said we're leaving, but we're actually coming right back because we have to do a quick 3-bagger show, which is only going to take probably about 10 minutes. So if you're not tired of us yet, come listen to Kylie and I's best bets. Kylie's not here, but he provided me with his bets to give you guys. And they're currently on a little bit better of a lean than mine have been. So you may want to listen.
Balancing out.
Right. All right. So we'll be right back. Like I said, we're going to take like 5 minutes and we'll be back live with the NFL Week 7.
Yep.
Week 7 3-bagger. Till next time, take care. Be safe.